Hey guys, it's Dubs, and I'm making this video to answer a lot of people's questions about my Capitol building speedrun video. There's been many questions asking what build I used to show damage numbers. I've got people accusing me of being a cheater, which is absolute comedy gold, so thank you for saying that. You literally made me laugh the hardest that I've laughed all week, so props to you, man. Fist bump on that. So, hopefully this video covers everything for you, and stay tuned. Alright, and here we are at the beginning of the Capitol mission. I'm starting up here just because I cleared this out in story mode first, and I really just don't want to reset the map. So, by the time that you're up here, as you can see, I'm already holding my glory days for the talent. So, you're going to have glory days in your hands, and then you can put on the chem. That way the talent will transfer from the weapon to your chem. So going up here, you're going to run with the team. And then usually about right here, these tall weeds, just a little past it, drop the hive. And then you're going to break the hive as you're running through the mobs. That overcharges the sniper, because he's going to be using his pulse, which amplifies damage. Come up here as Oxy, you're going to Oxy this door 1, 2 times. Now you're going to switch to Test Subject. Test Subject is going to amplify damage by the damage dealt from your Oxy. Any DPS that will be needed on this side will be cleaned up pretty quick, because your DPS is actually going to swing up here as well. The majority of the mobs should come out this door, which will then of course be handled by me. And then when they are dead, you're going to want to come over here to not the left and not the right, but the middle door. That way, when you open this door, you're already going to be a straight shot from the door that you need to Oxy again for the other mob wave to come out. So before this door is even open, you can have somebody else interact with that. You're just going to be replacing your cursor, and then when that door is open, if you need to do a quick correction, like sometimes I'll be aiming for this, but then I realize after the door is open, obviously I'm not aiming at the door, so quick correction, send a couple oxys out, and that goes ahead and helps with the mob damage. Again, Test Subject. And then your sniper, who's probably already got either Determined procced or he's using his Shroud, again, just go ahead and pop them as they come out that door and just essentially door camp. As soon as I have done that, as remember, I'm only going to be priming up the door with my Oxy, yeah? I'm not actually going for the kill. You just tag a couple people with the Test Subject and be back on your way. With the chem in your hand, that chop is going to come through. And you can just for safety measures, if you really want to, just shoot the chopper once. But honestly, again, the sniper should clean that up pretty quick. So after you have, down there of course, shot this door with an Oxy, you're going to make a beeline all the way up here to this door switch. So that way, when you're able to interact with it as soon as you can. That way, there's no time wasted, and you can just move on through. Okay, now we're running up here. Again, it doesn't really matter what weapon I have. Hoarding your skill isn't really going to be, it's not going to make much sense here, because you're going to be running into the jammer, which is going to just put a weapon in your hand anyway. So I usually just run in with Test Subject already in my hand. And then you're going to play from this spot. There's going to be some ads here, maybe a mini tank or two. You're not really going to be doing anything with them particularly. But if you want to, go ahead and just shoot them a couple times. You're not going to be doing really anything for damage. If anything, you're just going to be pissing them off. So if you choose to not shoot them, you're not really messing up. But what you want to do from this spot is come over here. You see one spawn there. 1, 2 oxys. Swing over here to the left. This spawn door. 2 oxys. Down below. 2 oxy. And then across the way, I only usually just shoot 1 oxy. because given the fact that like the ads are going to be killed pretty quickly, you do not want to be running through your oxy. So if you double up on it, it's just going to increase the more than likely increase the duration. So ideally the mobs are going to come out this top door. So since you've already primed it up with your oxy, shoot it when the test subject. You're going to have a guy standing here. Usually it's my sniper or somebody from D.U.B.S. He's going to be elevated here. So he's going to be doing most of the damage. But I will be playing only from back here because I am glass cannon. Obviously you want to play back here where you're safe. You're going to shoot across the way. If anybody comes from here, obviously your oxy is going to do damage. Same thing happens down here. You're going to have a guy covering that. And if they come out from here, then, well, the oxy that I placed across the way, like I just showed you, will be doing its work there. So essentially, no matter what door, if it's that one down there, or the one across, there's going to be somebody, including myself, that's already going to have eyes on it and able to door camp. Obviously, I'm only team support, so you're saying, Dubs, there's only going to be one door that ideally they come out of. Yes, I am aware of that, but I feel that my role is not just Oxy, but obviously a team support, right? I mean, that's kind of the mentality you need to have if you're running Oxy anyway. So, instead of just focusing on this one door, I'm going to make sure all 4 corners are covered. My job is complete. That way, no matter what door they come out of, I can honestly say my job here is done. I am literally just supporting the team. After the ads are killed, alright, gonna run through here. Obviously, like I said, if the ads are killed, usually it's gonna be before the cloud. So if you have to wait on the cloud, then wait on the cloud. If not, then run on through. So you come around here, and as you make your way around to the right, there's going to be a warhound as well as a couple enemies. Now, if you've seen the video, which hopefully if you're watching this video, you have seen the video, and if you haven't, then I will be linking that down in the description below, so make sure you check that out. But as you come around this right, there's going to be a warhound and 2 ads. I'm going to send out an Oxy. The only reason that I send out that Oxy is so the ads, they don't try to take cover behind that. If you shoot an Oxy, they're taking damage, less likely to be taking cover behind that, just soaking up damage, right? I mean, let's be real here. Since they are not going to be taking cover there, they're going to be having their heads poked up. That way my sniper can take them out, or my DPS can mop them up quick. And then also, since we are not waiting, we are full charging. I'm not actually going to do it for the sake of the video here. I'm doing a breakdown, but this is the cloud that I would hang out in if I needed to kill myself. The reason that I kill myself is because, say I'm at 4 oxys, you know, or 1 oxy, or however many oxys, and I need all 7, because I will need all 7 to door camp. And not only that, but to be able to carry what I have remaining from my meeting room door camp to the roof. So, kill myself. So, at this point, I am dead here on the floor. I've ate my own oxy, I'm dead. So, there's going to be a few more ads here that my DPS and sniper are taking out while I'm dead. They're going to clear this out. There's going to be a couple drone ups here and another warhound. When those are dead, they're going to open up this door. The moment they open up this door, it will respawn me. So if you're dead, don't worry about a teammate reviving you. This door, opening it, will revive you. So I am dead around that corner. This door is open. I hit my loading screen. Boom. Here I am right here with all 7 of my chems. Good to go. Heaven forbid my hive is on cooldown as well. I come back with that. But you do not need your hive. So you got all oxys. You send out. Again, I'm not actually going to do it. I'm just going to shoot over here to kind of example it. Don't shoot that, obviously. Shoot here. And again, I'm not shooting here on this video for the sake of this video. I don't want to kill myself. So you're going to shoot 1 oxy up there. Get everybody stirred up. There's going to be another guy that sometimes he'll bring a foam chem. Or other times, as you can see in reference to the video, he actually uses his cluster grenade. which is great because it's going to set them on fire. They're not really going to be shooting, they're going to be patting out the fire on themselves, and also going to be sledged. So I can take advantage of that opportunity by climbing this ladder quickly. Climbing this, and just like that, I am right here, and I am ready to send about 3 oxys. And now, since I have sledge on my pistol, while that's pre-placed, send out that, keep the pistol in the hand until the grenade explodes. Now the grenade's exploded, switch back to test subject. So not only are they getting hit by my test subject bust because of the oxy, but they are sledged because of my EMP grenade. And not only that, but it obviously amplifies the damage dealt by your oxy. So I am here. I've already got a couple people hard camping that door. As soon as this door is ready to be interacted with, open the door, onwards you go. Easy peasy. That's all there is to it. You make your way out to the roof. Now this is where it gets a little mechanical as far as my role. So as soon as I'm hitting this, get up to about this point, quickly drop your hive. Because the last thing you want to do is pick it up when you're trying to overcharge. So here, drop hive, run over here, cam launcher in hand, and you're going to shoot right here. And now we're going to walk up here real quick, and I'm going to show you exactly the area in reference. So you see this pole here, all the way down. And you want to shoot to just the right of it. Reason being is we're going to come back here, and I will show you exactly why. Okay, now the hive is down. You've made your way out here. You're going to shoot just to the right. And you're going to use just about all of your oxys. Just about all your oxys. Now that your oxys are spent, you're going to OC. At this point, you will overcharge. But as you can see, the reason that I want to shoot there is because we're killing them fast enough when they're coming out this door. I do not need my exit to be covered by my oxy. I don't want to kill myself. As you can see, the oxys are down. I can climb this and climb up just fine without killing myself. Alright? And the reason you don't want to OC before you send out your oxy is because your oxy, as you can see the radius now, will be amplified and be doubled. Which, well, if you oxy too soon and you're still shooting, you just pretty much covered your exit and now you're fucked. There's no way to get out. So, what you do, you spray the oxys right here without the radius being too crazy. And now you OC, which is amplifying the damage. Anybody that's still coming out the door, or any chungas or whatever that's here, you hit them with your test subject, because that's going to amplify the oxy dealt to the spawn room. Alright? And now that they are all killed, you can make your way up. Easy. Now I'm going to fall back. Actually, I can't show you this, but you'll just have to take my word for it. If you OC too much, you're going to double your radius, and you will cover this. You cover this at all with your oxy, you're done. You just fucked your entire speedrun for your team, and it's nobody's fault but yours. Because if you die here, they have to wait at that gate. I'll show you. I'm going to make our way through here. Go down the rope. And now, as you can see, I got the test subject in my hand. You make your way all the way through. You want glory days in your hand for this part. And I'll show you why in a second. But let's say that you fucked up and you died up on the roof. You're still dead. Even through these 2 doors being opened, it doesn't bring you back. So your whole team is going to have to run all the way down here. All the way down here. To this gate. And not even this door opening will bring you back. It's going to say waiting on team. So not only have they ran all the way through here, which takes probably about 15-20 seconds, they're going to have to wait an additional 30 seconds to have the game force you to come back. So that's pretty much a whole minute wasted just because you clowned around and killed yourself on the roof. So that is the importance of not oxying that dumpster that you need to climb. And that is also why you don't want to OC too soon and spread your radius. So spam that area, then OC, test subject, delete everything in that door. If it's done right, they will only come out of that door and you can move on. So, good case scenario, you have not died. Congratulations, you stayed with your team. You come down here, by the time this gate opens, you need to have Glory Days in your hand. So, you got Glory Days in your hand, and using this truck as cover to the masses out here. And I'm talking like Warhounds, Chungas, ads, you name it. You don't want to be exposed here. Remember, you are a glass cannon. This is legendary. It's not going to take much for you to get dropped. You drop, you lose. Use this truck as cover. You got Glory Days in your hand. Remember, like I said at the beginning, Glory Days talent carries over to your chem. See, I'm holding this perfectly still. Perfectly still. No sway at all. Alright? Now, let's show you. I'm holding test subject. Now, there's a bit of a sway. As you can see. See, look at that. I'm not even moving my mouse. And you can see that I'm about to shoot outside, which is not what I want. Because of that sway, it just fucked up where I'm aiming. So, Glory Days in your hand. Now, you shoot through that tiny little gap, and you don't have to worry about any sway, and that way, you ensure yourself that every shot makes it through. So what you want to do is look through that hole, right? You want to aim. This door is actually open, so unfortunately I can't actually show you. But you want to aim through that hole at this door. Alright? Remember, this door is closed, obviously. So is this one. So what you want to do, using this truck as cover, aim through here and spam the door. Right? And you don't want to spam all of your chems because you could actually use all of your chems too soon. So what I usually do is I'll send 2 chems. I know I actually shot 3 here, but you're going to want 2 chems. Wait 3 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 1, 2, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 1. So 2, wait 3, 2, wait 3, 1. That way you still have some chems left over and your cloud is still there, prepped, ready to go. Reason being is that the spawns here are manipulated by what dies out here. So your teammate, or teammates, are out here killing ads. When those ads are killed, that's going to manipulate the spawn here, right? So you don't use all your chems. You still have some left over. 1, 2, 3. Second wait. 1, 2, 3. Second wait. 1. And now look. I've got about 2, maybe 3 oxys left, and then switch to test subject. Because they, as you can see, I'll show you before this cloud fades away. I've covered not only their spawn, but their exit with oxy. So if you camp them hard enough while they are spawning in and you have test subject and oxy is going to work together because of in sync. And then on the backpack, of course, I have tech support. So tech support skill kills increase total skill damage by 25% for 25 seconds. So I'm hitting them with in sync. It's amplifying the oxy damage. It kills them, which increases my oxy even further. My oxy is about to wear out, so boom, send out a couple more. You kill them, kill them, kill them, kill them, kill them. Now they're dead. Your team kills everything out here. Boss, the chungas. Now there's a key that you need to remember. If you are on DPS and you are out here playing this role as DPS, get one of the Warhounds out here weak, but do not kill it. Do not kill it. Get it weak, so that way when it's time to kill, your literal time to kill is fast. So get it weak, but do not kill it. Kill everything else, save that Warhound for very last. That way, When the boss is dead, the chungers are dead, the ads are dead, the warhounds are dead. There's no more warhounds because that one is still alive. So the warhounds that spawn out of here had just been deleted before they even appear because that warhound out here is still alive. That's how you manipulate that. So once you have killed all the ads out here, and I've already been doing my spawn camping here, your DPS is going to finish off that hound, which is, like I said, already weak. When he blows up, you open up the door, and you run all the way through. And you just run through the whole building, and I'm pretty sure you get what I'm saying here because it's going to be the end. This is all clear, there's nothing more to shoot, you just run all the way down these stairs, and then the second that you get to this part, just out of habit, I roll. Because the end of the mission is actually triggered by the second you hit this mark at the bottom of the stairs. So you can roll right over the stairs. I don't know. It probably doesn't really mean anything. It just makes me feel faster. I think my teammates also do it as well. It's just habit. But it's like a literal leap of faith. I don't know, lack of a better word, I guess. But you get to about here. Boom. The second you hit right here, mission complete. So that is the routing that I take for this. I'm not going to break down my DPS's routes because, again, that's not my role. This here that I just showed you is my role. I do it every time we do this. And now I'm going to cut this video and take you to the shooting range so I can show you each variation of the damage that this build does. I'm going to be showing you with an Oxy and test subject, and then we're going to be showing you with Oxy, test subject, and overcharge. That way I can cover all the bases. So, I will see you at the White House. Alright, and here we are at the White House with this same exact build. Just came straight here from Capitol. So I went ahead and put this on very hard, and I do understand that this is not a legendary difficulty thing here. This is... I wish that it offered a legendary difficulty so you can actually see the damage that you do as far as legendary. But considering this game is 7 years old and we still haven't seen that change, I do not expect it to happen, so you're just going to have to bear with me. So, again, press enter. You can see here, I do have the combat text damage turned on, and I made the screen big as fuck, so hopefully even people like Stevie Wonder can see this. If you can't see this, that's a you issue, not a me issue. So I'm gonna go ahead and send out one Oxy so you can see the damage that it does. And about 329, and that's without test subject. That's just one shot Oxy, no overcharge. All right, 329, 868 on average. All right, now let's just go ahead and wait on this Oxy to die off, and then I'll reset it. Ah, see, 412. That's not bad. So let's go ahead and reset that. Okay, now one Oxy and a few tags of test subject. Raises it to 440. And as you can see, yeah, it's about 440,000, 550,000. And then it kind of fluctuates between 453 and 550-ish. And that's, you know, with tags of test subject. And then also, obviously, when I'm getting kills, because of the two working together, test subject and Oxy, it's proccing my tech support, which amplifies the Oxy cloud by an additional 25%. So basically, you're making two talents work together to proc a third, and then you'll have all three working together simultaneously. And that's how I do that. And now, let's reset this, and I'm going to show you with overcharge. So, throw the hive out there. Alright, here's Oxy, here's an Oxy cloud. That's with test subject tags, 440, 440, now I'm overcharged. See, 612, 612,000. Still tagging with test subject, 612,612. So yeah, it looks like the highest I'm hitting here is 612,486 with overcharge, with tech support proccing, with NSYNC working, with your Oxy. And I do have my Oxy at 30 expertise level. So before anybody goes and starts crying to me that I have mine at 30, well, get good. Get it up to 30. So that pretty much covers all the bases of that. So for anybody in my comments section saying I need to see how you're pulling these damage numbers, Dubs, I think you might be cheating. Honestly, bro, it's a skill issue. Just get good. You gotta realize that the talents sometimes lie a little bit deeper than what meets the eye. If you make the talents work together, you know, find ones that work together perfectly. And also if you have teammates that know their roles and you know your role and you don't step outside the boundaries of your roles, you'll be amazed at the damage that you can do. And you'll also be amazed at what kind of times you can pull. So, with that being said, there's really nothing else to break down as far as damage numbers. I've showed you the route. I will show you the build here in just a second. I'm going to actually chop that one up too. So that's going to be a separate recording, but it will be here momentarily. So, I do want to go ahead and add that I will be attaching this video, well, my speedrun video, I mean, to the description of this video. So that way, if you're watching this video, you've seen the routes, you've seen the damage that I'm putting out, you've seen the build, well, now you can actually see the speedrun. Two of my teammates also recorded the same exact run from their perspective, and I will also be tagging their channels and their videos down in the description as well. So not only will you be able to watch the speedrun that I am talking about in this video from my perspective, but you'll be able to see it from two of my teammates' perspectives. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a build breakdown, and I'll see you right there. Alright, now we have reached the very end of this video. So this is going to be the build that I use on these speedruns. So I've got, right off the rip, you can see I've got a 3-piece Wyvern, 2 pieces actually of Hana Yu, and I've got BTSU data gloves to proc overcharge with the Hive. So starting from the top, I'm running Technician. Honestly, if you really wanted to, you could run Survivalist for the extra 10% protection from elites, but honestly, I kind of feel like, and I'm only speaking from my perspective, honestly, but I kind of feel like if your DPS is worth a damn, you don't need to worry about it. So you got Technician, which allows me to bring my skill hive, artificer, whatever you guys want to call it. That helps with my chems. I understand that this is also going to help your teammates' skills. I get how it works, but honestly, I'm not gonna have this hive out, like actually on the ground, long enough for it to actually do that. So the only time that this is on the ground is when I'm about to break it. So I'm only bringing this from myself. It helps the efficiency of my chem, which you can see is 30% expertise level added. So 30% extra damage, as you can see here. Let's scroll down and see 30% extra damage. So starting from the top, Technician for the hive, we got test subject with D-Talk, and then the talent perfectly in sync. Hitting an enemy grants 20% skill damage for 5 seconds. Using a non-shield skill, in this case, my Oxy, or damaging an enemy with a skill, again, my Oxy, grants 20% weapon damage for 5 seconds. Damage increases are doubled while both buffs are active at the same time. So since I'm going to be shooting, I'm obviously proccing the weapon side of it, and my Oxy is well, covering the other half. So I will be proccing both of them, active at the same time. And then again, it's going to be proccing my tech support as well. Now, I do understand a lot of people use force multiplier, and there's a specific reason why I don't, and we will get to that in a second. But working from the mask, we got Wyvern Wear, skill damage, status effects, skill duration, because I have all three, so I'm getting all three. I've got skill haste and skill damage as the attributes, and then I put skill duration. That's going to help the clouds, and also it sticks around when you use overcharge. That the roof encounter that we broke down earlier. That's gonna also increase. Wyvern chest. We've got skill damage, skill haste. This is pretty much a unicorn build all the way around. I don't know what else to tell you. A running glass cannon. All damage you deal is amplified by 25%. All damage you take is amplified by 50%. Good thing I got good teammates. I'd hardly ever have to worry about the damage I take. You play behind cover. Smart enough you won't ever have to worry about it. So bring it for your Oxy. It's basic knowledge at this point. I think a lot of you that have ever used Oxy can agree with me. So, moving to the holster, I got Hanayu for, I got two for the skill haste and 2 pieces for the skill damage, and then skill haste, skill damage. The backpack, we are using Hanayu again, skill haste, skill damage, because of the 2-piece bonus, skill haste, skill damage, and skill haste. Now, there's a reason why I didn't put skill duration here, and it's basically because if I stack too many skill duration, I think the jammer room, for example. When we shut that door, in the jammer room, after the ads are killed, you go through that single door, and if I've already shot a chem there, and I have skill duration, well, 9 times out of 10, that cloud is probably still going to be lingering, so I just fucked myself, because that cloud is still there. It's creating a block for me. So if I take that off, that's okay. Put on skill haste. It's going to make your chems come back a little bit faster. I mean, it's not going to be like, it's not going to be an eye-opening thing, like, wow, look how fast this comes back, but skill haste is better than skill duration. You don't want to overdo it with your skill duration. So, moving on to BTSU data gloves, this kind of comes as standard. You can't change it. Skill haste repair skills. We're not using that for the repair skills. We're using it for the talent, the Hive break grants team overcharge. So grants 15% Hive skill haste per skill tier. I'm at 6 skill tier, so I ain't gotta worry about that. Detonating a Hive refreshes your skill cooldowns. It grants overcharge for 15 seconds. If at skill tier 6, which I am by default, then it grants overcharge to all of my teammates, which really helps my sniper at the very beginning, which is why I initially break it when I do. So as I about to go under the bridge, you'll see that I actually break my Hive as I'm running under the bridge at the very first encounter there in the Capitol building lawn. And that is because when I overcharge, my sniper above me in the bridge can send out a scanner pulse, which amplifies damage, which helps him get his headhunter stacks because of the amplified damage. So it just kind of works hand in hand for him. And if I have the opportunity, it's helping me, obviously, with my chem. I don't always really count on that helping my chems, because, something happens, or maybe by the time that spawn's even coming out, my overcharge is not still active. So that initial Hive break is buffing my team, not so much me. So, like, in a scenario, sometimes I'll have a teammate bring his foam to help stick some ads as they come out the door. Since he's running DPS all reds, he has no skill tiers. which means he's only got one chem and it's not really going to last very long. But if you overcharge, you can give him a couple extra, which he won't need them necessarily, but if the shit hits the fan, he's got them. You know, he can lay on them if he really needs to. More than likely, 98% of the time, he's not going to need it. But it's better to have a cushion and not need it than need it and not have it. So that's my mentality on that. Again, team support mentality kicks in. I want to make sure my team is set up for success. Whether we use every bit of it or not. The resources are there, I'm going to use it. So moving on from that. Last but not least, as far as the gear pieces, we're using the knee pads with skill haste, skill damage. That's going to be the third piece, 45% skill duration. And that is going to help my build all come together. I am using here Glory Days, not for the weapon itself, but like I've showed you earlier in the video, if you have the Glory Days in your hand and then you equip the Oxy, the talent from Glory Days, which, let's scroll down, I'll show you. It's perfect nearsighted. Receive 100% stability at the cost of 35% optimal range. But since we're not shooting forever far away with the Oxy, that optimal range decrease doesn't mean shit to me. That is absolutely nothing to me. I don't need that. What I need is that stability. Because like I said, I showed you, I'm going to be spamming that tiny little gap. And all it takes is one little sway of the Oxy. And then I'm shooting outside. I'm wasting my Oxys. I'm creating a hazard for me. And that's ammo that is not going into that spawn. I need to make sure that every last shot that I take hits that spawn. If any of it goes outside, I fucked up. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to this. If I fuck up, that's, you know, obviously not something I want to have on my shoulders. I am there to make sure my team is successful. And I will die making sure that that happens. So, I've got the Glory Days on. I also have here a pistol, and I'm using the tactical M1911, and that's just because even here in IRL, I'm a 1911 fan. I've always liked this pistol, and now I also get a cool little flashlight. That didn't really sell me on that. That's just kind of a bonus. The attribute doesn't matter. I am only using this as a placeholder for an additional talent, and in this case, Sledgehammer. So you can actually use whatever pistol you want. You can use anything at all. Just make sure it's got Sledgehammer on it. That way, when you are camping the meeting room spawn, you put the pistol in your hand, you throw a EMP grenade, you proc your sledge, which is helping your Oxy, and then you're tagging it with your test subject, which is helping your Oxy. So you got sledge, you got your Oxy, you got your test subject, all working simultaneously. You get a kill, now you got tech support. So now you got 4 buffs working in that one single door. One single door. And that's how we blow through that so quickly. So you got Sledgehammer, you go up to that door, you pre-fire a couple Oxys, that way when they spawn, your Oxys is already there, you've already got a pistol in your hand, you're ready to throw the grenade, they walk out, boom, they get hit by Sledge, you whip out the text subject, you start blowing everybody down. Send out a couple Oxys if you find that your cloud is starting to die, and then there you go. So you can delete that spawn, and then go up to the roof, and then the rest is history. You overcharge for the second time. The second and final time of this mission will be the roof encounter. And then after that, you go on to the boss fight, and then that's where you use your Glory Days. Spam the spawn with your Oxy. Switch to test subject, that way you're, again, hitting people through the crack as soon as they spawn. Switch back to Glory Days if you need to reapply a little bit more Oxy. And then switch back to test subject, and then just spawn camp. Make sure you tag everybody as soon as they spawn in. Make your cloud of Oxy and your test subject work for you. And before you know it, you've cleared about 3 waves. maybe 4, at least 3, and then you guys can leave, and that's it. So make sure that you know what to do, and I understand that you might still have some questions for me after you've listened to me ramble on for I don't even know how long this has taken. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments section below. I will be keeping an eye on the comments very frequently, so if you have any questions, ask me, and I will be sure to get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Again, I will be tagging the video that I'm talking about here. I will also be tagging my 2 of my teammates. The third teammate actually didn't record, but my other 2 teammates did. So I will be tagging my video and both of their videos in the description. So that's gonna be it, guys. I hope this was informative. This isn't really my style. This isn't really something that I envisioned me doing, but I've gotten a lot of questions about the build that I used, a lot of the tactics that I used, and I really hope that this video answered a lot, if not all, of your questions. So, salute, guys. I will see you in the next video, and hopefully very, very soon. Take it easy, guys. See you in the next one.